Hello. I hope everybody is doing well today. Today we are going to be talking about blogging. Blogging is extremely powerful, and so I'm always excited to share things whenever I'm talking about blogging, especially blogging. Um, Also, what we're going to start out, there's two parts to this today. The first part we're going to talk about is blogging. The second part is going to be email marketing. I'm going to walk you through both systems so you see how they work, how you can use those systems to your benefit, and then I'm going to show you how to combine those and, I don't know, call it doubling down or calling it, you're really stretching social media when we put these together. And what I mean is it's a good thing for you as a business. So I'm going to show you how to use your blogging in your email and how to use your email with your blogging. So it's really cool, and I am excited to show you this. These are things that we have been doing for years. I am Mike Bitter, the founder and CEO of Affordable Social Media. We have been in business for about 9 years now, and we have worked with just about every type of genre, everything from professional sports teams to doctors, dentists, lawyers, restaurants. We've worked with a lot of different people. So with that, let's get going. So I do social media presentations, and if you have an event that you would like to have a social media speaker, I'd love to come and speak at your event. You can contact me through email, mike@asmomaha.com, Facebook, I'm on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. Send an email, give me a call. I think a little bit later on my phone number is on one of the slides. Also, I do seminars and webinars. Like I said, if you want to keep up with it, down at the bottom, asmomaha.com/calendar. That's my calendar. And right now, it has slowed down quite a bit because this is the strategic planning part of the year for us for 2016. We found right around the holidays is the best time for us to get started with strategic planning. I'm a social media manager. I started my company in 2007. I work really closely with Constant Contact. They sponsor a lot of my events. So when I talk email marketing, it'll be Constant Contact. I am a business partner and an authorized local expert. As for my company, we have built over 200 social media networks, and I'll show you what I mean by a network here in a little bit and how it all plays into things. And we have built networks in Omaha, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Las Vegas, and we can build a network just about anywhere, anytime. So we have been in a lot of different places. Okay, I have these. I'm going to kind of go through these a little quick. This is some of the work that we've done, and I just wanted you to kind of see where we're coming from, and what I'm going to show you can be applied to just about any business. This is what we're going to cover. I'm going to talk about setting up a blog, your first blog, adding links, and so what do you do about the link? What do you do once you get a link to your story? Content, what's the difference between creating or procuring content? There's a big difference there, and some of it has to do with how much time you have and how much time you can spend doing your social media marketing and or sharing content. There is a really cool tool in Constant Contact that it's almost autopilot, that it will go out and grab content for you and put it into your Constant Contact newsletter. It's really cool. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you what happens after you make your blog link. When we put your blog link into Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. Also, when you make a post to a blog, and what we're going to do is we're going to talk about WordPress, because WordPress is what we have found to be one of the better blogging sites. And to take it one step further, people are starting to build websites using WordPress. And there's a lot of talent out there with it. So you're going to see when we go into blogging, I'm going to show you how to protect your blog using WordPress. You're going to password protect it. I'm going to show you what draft is, and then when it's protected. Okay, like I said, I am an authorized local expert for Constant Contact. I don't really work for them, but we have a really close relationship. So I wanted to share with you some of the things that Constant Contact offers. Of course, Constant Contact offers email marketing, and that is their flagship. And they've done a lot of really cool things with email marketing. I'll show some of them to you today, but we're not going to have a whole lot of time to get in really down deep into what they offer. If you have events, EventSpot, that's the next product over. This is an add-on to email marketing, and with EventSpot, if you have events, you can have online registrations, and Constant Contact will build a landing page and a registration page for you at no extra cost. Then all you do is collect information about people registering, and or you can also collect money online. Social campaigns and Save Local are pretty much the same thing, where you can offer something on your Facebook page in exchange for an email address or a Facebook like. Single Platform is a company, it's a third-party company, third-party piece of software that Constant Contact has collaborated with, that they will take your company and get visibility across the internet. Online surveys is a great way to find out what kind of job you've done for your client. You can put together a really basic survey. You can send it to people. You can even use it to create online forms if you like. Okay, moving on. This is my schedule for the rest of the month for December. Like I said, it's kind of slowed down a little bit. Here is today's December 9th, Blogging and Email Marketing 101. Thank you for coming today. December 17th, that is a seminar that I do. I work with the military on how to market themselves using social media. That is here in Omaha at Offutt Air Force Base. I am doing a teleconference on December 17th with Grow, Nebraska, and that's exactly what it is. It's a teleconference. If you're interested, go to asmomaha.com. It's not a webinar, because some of the people that we are reaching are people that don't have access to the computers, to a computer while we're broadcasting this. So that's 3 email marketing best practices. And then December 18th is my next webinar, and that's tips and tricks to using LinkedIn and email marketing. And I'm just going to show you some ins and outs of using email, using LinkedIn. I'm going to show you how to combine those 2 social media tools also. So that is, that's coming up the end of this month. And let's get into blogging. Blogging is awesome. I really like blogging, and the reason is because I have a lot to say. And when, like, I write an article, you don't want to take your article and put it into Facebook. You can't take your article, well, I think you can now. I think there's a way to do it. Take a full article and put it into Twitter. But that's really not what Facebook and Twitter or even email marketing was designed for. Facebook, Twitter, email marketing was designed for social media to have enough information to allow the reader to decide whether they want to read the rest of the article. That's all that Facebook and Twitter, that's the biggest thing you use them for. And I'm going to show you how to kind of connect those together. But you want the bulk of your information on your blog, and you want to have it on your blog site. When Google sees a blog the same way they see a website. So by you posting to your blog and you sending people to your blog from Facebook, from Twitter, from LinkedIn, Google sees activity. And the way Google sees it is activity on your blog shows interest, and that's value. People are finding value. But you want to keep the majority of your content on your blog. We're going to be talking about social networking. I went in and looked up social networking. I could not find it. So I said, let's look up social and let's look up networking, and let's put those two together. Social is when you want to seek or enjoy the company of others. We are by nature social people. And if you're not, there are a lot of other people that are. So what we want to do is we want to tap into that social network, which is exchanging information or services, or the exchange of information or services among individuals, groups, or institutions. The cultivation of productive relationships. And right there, I think you could stop and say networking is the cultivation of productive relationships, because that's what we want to do. That's what we want to do with social networking and social media. We want to cultivate that relationship that you have. With blogging, what you want to do is provide information that is interesting and relevant. Information that is interesting or relevant to your readers. And I'm going to show you some examples on a couple of blogs what I mean by that, because it doesn't necessarily mean that it's constantly about your business as much as it is presenting content to keep people coming back to your blog. These are some of the reasons why you blog. Blogging makes you the expert. It shows people by what you write, by the information that you present in your blog, lets people know that you're the expert at what you do. If you sell insurance, you want to talk about insurance. You tell about different types of insurance. You have access to information that other people don't. As an insurance person, you have access to information. I wouldn't know where to get it, but you know it. Share it on your blog. It's not about selling. It's about presenting yourself as the expert and proving it over and over. So, do you ever get those stories, or have you ever found those stories that you want to keep, but you don't know where to keep them, so you save them off in a hard drive somewhere, and then a week later you go to look for them, much less several months later, and you have no idea which folder, which drive, what name did you call it? Well, blogging could be an answer to that, because if you take that story that you like and you put it into a blog, now you have a link to your blog. And I'm going to show you how that happens. So what you can do is you can have a list of links to stories on your blog. Maybe you have a price list, and It's a price list of your services, and people want that price list, so what you can do is just send them the link to your price list that sits on your blog. Google searches, we talked about this just a minute ago. Google searches look at your blog just the same way that they do a website. Google looks for two things from the best that we can figure out. Google looks for recency and value. Recency is when was the last time something was posted on that site. And we have proven that with Google Analytics on regular websites. What we've done is we've gone in, we've monitored Google Analytics, we've baselined the traffic, and then we made a change on one of the pages, and not only did we see increased traffic to that page, but we also saw overall increased traffic to the website. Same thing happens with your blog. Google sees your blog as a website. So when you post something on your blog, Google sees that. It sees the activity, which increases your value. It moves you up on the Google rankings. That's another reason for using a blog. You also get World Wide Web reach. You can reach anyone, anywhere with a blog, and if there's somebody you can't reach, you can send them a link to your story, to your price list, to the 10 most wanted list, and it goes right back to your blog. Google sees it, click, there's another person that went to your blog. You can also restrict reach if you want. And what I mean by that is if you have something you don't want someone to see, or you have something that you only want certain people to see, you can restrict that using your blog. The best part about it, what I like best, WordPress is free. There's two different types of WordPress. One type of WordPress is WordPress.com, which you can have your own blog. You can set it up right away. And then WordPress.org is what you would set up if you had a hosted account or if you already had a website. WordPress.org, your webmaster will know how to install that for you. This is what we see as our social media market. And this is what we use with my company. And if you notice, the blog is at the very top because this is where we start. And then what we'll do is after we post to our blog, we'll let people on Facebook and Twitter know that we have this information, this new article on our blog. So we go into Facebook and Twitter and move people back to our blog. So we're creating our own buzz around your article. Then what you can do is whenever you do your newsletter, you can drop the link to your article into your email, so that'll bring people back to your blog also. So you kind of see that's almost, your blog is like your, it's almost like a pinnacle, or it's almost what everything revolves around. Not only that, but if you want on your blog, this is your website in the middle. If you want on your blog, what you can do is you can talk about your website. Give a link to your website. Now you're pushing people to your website also. You're increasing traffic. Google sees that. Now Google's moving your website up in the Google rankings. There's one other piece we didn't put into this, and that is, well, that is LinkedIn. This is where we see LinkedIn. We do the same thing with LinkedIn that we were doing with blogging. You're going to let people know in LinkedIn that you've got this blog post, and so they'll go to your blog. You want to let as many people know as you can that you have this story. And yes, YouTube does fit in this because you can put your YouTube videos on your blog. And do you know who owns YouTube? Google. So now we put this link to your YouTube video on your blog. People come back to YouTube and they watch your video. So you got a hit on your blog on your video. They click on your video. Google also sees a hit on your YouTube video. Hopefully this isn't too complicated. Pretty much if you drop out everything from the blog and just all we're going to do is focus on blog and then a little bit of email marketing, but if you get blogging down, you'll understand you'll understand how it fits into everything else. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing. This is a blog. I think it's a very good blog. I know the person that built the blog. He did an awesome job. This is a local restaurant. It is in Omaha, and it is a fast food restaurant. But over on the left, what's a blog? It's a discussion or information site published on the World Wide Web consisting of discrete entries displayed in reverse chronological order. The most recent post appears first. Okay, this is a hamburger place. This is a fast food restaurant. But if you look at, I think somebody had a question and I was going to take a look at questions. If you do have questions, go ahead and submit them, and I will get to them before we get done today. Okay, back to Broncos. If you notice as you look down through the stories don't necessarily have to do with hamburgers. This is a panoramic view of the Omaha Retail District. There's early Omaha, gateway to the west, campus tailgating rules for Husker football fans. So it's not so much about hamburgers. It's not so much about selling the restaurant. It's about providing interesting and relevant content. What this company found out was when they posted about hamburgers and about their business, they had a pretty good showing of people that was interested, but then they started making posts about different things in Omaha, and instead of their hamburgers and fries and chicken tenders and all of that, and they found that the readers were more interested in what was going on in Omaha or Omaha history. So what we've done is you've created a buzz around information that's interesting and relevant to the readers, so when you market to them, they're already there. So what Broncos will do is Broncos offers 2 for 1 or buy one, get one free, or buy a soda and fries and you get the hamburger free. And when those offers are made, people are already looking at the blog. Okay, let's keep going. Whoops. This is another one. This is the Spaghetti Works. And actually, it's a Spaghetti Works, and they're talking about the history of pizza and Italian food. This is part 2. But what I want to show you on here is have a call to action. No matter what you do, you need to tell people what you want them to do. So I look at this and I go, oh, the history of pizza and Italian food. This is great. I read through it. So what do you want me to do now? Well, I want you in my restaurant is what I want, but I will settle for, following us socially. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or YouTube. That's the call to action. And if we go on down, here's another one. Subscribe to our blog. How about enter your email address? So you want to make sure you have a call to action. What do you want people to do? You're in business. This is a business. We're putting good information there, but we also want to connect with people in different ways. Let's connect with them on Facebook. Maybe they're better on Twitter. Subscribe to our blog. Subscribe to our email list. And here's email marketing. What we've done is, or what they've done is in this area is where people can subscribe to their email list. And I think on Broncos, well, I can't get back to Broncos, but Broncos has one also. They have a subscribe to our email list. So now you can capture people's names and their email addresses right from your blog. You also want to let people know you have a Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube page. And look, there's another call to action. Contact Spaghetti Works and then subscribe to our newsletter. Two other calls to action or down at the bottom. So make sure that you have calls to action. Okay, this is one of the questions that I get asked a lot. So what do I blog? Well, I've been saying it all along. Interesting and relevant content. Personal stories do well, or there is what I call the Huffington Post approach. The Huffington Post, nobody on the Huffington, from what I understand, nobody on the Huffington Post staff actually write the stories. It's more of a collaborator or bringing all the stories together in one place. They're not taking credit for it. They're giving credit to the person who wrote it, but they have a way to publish it. They have a way to publish the writers. What I'm saying you can do with a blog is you can copy a part of a story and have that in your blog with a link back to the story, kind of like the Huffington Post does, because it's about keeping people entertained. Keep them coming back to your blog to get interesting and relevant content, so when you market to them, they're already there. Okay, inbox delivered content. This is really cool. This is something called Google Alerts. And if you want to know about Google Alerts, I'll do it real quick. Just Google Alerts. And when it comes up, Google Alerts is monitor the web for interesting new content. When I click on it, this is, for me, this is a little bit better than Google, because what Google Alerts do is they will send you an alert once a day based on your search criteria. Yeah, based on your search criteria. It's like getting a newspaper based on your search criteria. And let's try this. Let's go blogging for 2016 and see what happens. So we get a bunch of articles. There's the 2016 SAG Awards. So what it's doing is it's hitting on 2016. It's not hitting on anything blogging. So what I can do is I can create an alert for blogging for 2016, and then it'll ask me my email address, and then once a day I will get an email from Google with that information about that alert in it. The reason you want to do that, especially with your blog, is that's the newest information and it's the most popular information. So if you have the most popular information on your blog, you're going to attract more people. Okay, setup. Go to WordPress.com. In the upper left-hand corner, it says WordPress.com, or type in WordPress.com. You will go to this page. On this page, it says that this is step 1 of 4. Follow it through. This does not cost anything. The only thing that I don't like about this is that the extension to the name of your site is going to be .wordpress.com. Like it would be Mike Bitter Mike Bitter at WordPress.com. It wouldn't be Mike Bitter at MikeBitter.com. To get that, you have to host WordPress, and that's at WordPress.org. This is WordPress.com, and when we get out here to WordPress.com, the first thing you'll see, this is your dashboard. Boy, I hope you can see that. It's kind of small. You know what? Let me see if this looks better. I think this would probably be better if we did it this way. Hopefully you can see that a little bit better than the slide. So I signed in, I'm at the dashboard. The first thing that I want to do, and all of this that I'm going to show you is in the slides, but I think this will be easier to see. Over on the left-hand side, blue, dashboard is in blue, it's highlighted. I want to go down to posts, and I'm going to click on posts because I want to see all of my posts. And what this will do is this will show me all of the posts that I've posted. But what I want to do, let's see what this looks like. Okay, we'll just walk through a post. What I want to do is I want to add a new post. So I'll click on Add New. And let's find a story that we want to talk about. Let's go social media. Let's just type in social media, and let's get social media today. And no, this isn't going the way I wanted it to go. Here we go. Here's social media Mashable, and we're going to feast your eyes on the top 10 YouTube videos. So what we would do is come out, and if this is what we want to talk about, I'm going to copy the title, and I'll go back to my post, and where it says add new post, I'm going to paste the title. And what I want to do is I want to show you what's going to happen here in just a minute. Right now, the title, we've got the title for the post, and then we don't suggest that you copy an entire story, but if you copy enough to get people's attention, I'm going to copy this, and it's also going to grab Stan Schroeder's picture. Looks like I'm going to have to do just the words. I'm going to copy that and go back into my post, and watch what happens when I paste this in here. Right underneath where it says feast your eyes, this is the link to this story. This is the link that goes to that story, and that's what we really want, is we want that link. But we haven't posted it yet. So we're going to get there. So what we did was we copied and pasted a piece of a story into our blog. We're going to go down and read the rest of the story, because what we want to do is, now that we have people's attention, we want to give them a link back to the story. so they can read the story. So let's go back to watch YouTube's video. At the very top, it says Mashable.com. That is the link to the story. So I'm going to copy that. Now watch this. I'm going to highlight, read the rest of the story, and I'm going to make that a link. The link that I just copied from Watch YouTube's top videos. Let's go to the insert and edit the link. Now where it says URL, I'm going to paste that link and add link, and there it is. And you can't really see it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it bold. And if you want to test the link, go right below that, click on that link, and it takes you right here. So that link works. Now what we want to do is I'm going to copy this link at the top because I should be able to go back to this story. I'm going to go ahead and publish this. And over on the far right, you can publish your story right away if you want. Or what you can do is, well, I'll show you that in just a minute. Okay, we have the link. We grabbed the link. We copied it. I'm going to open up a brand new window, and I'm going to paste it because I need to know that that link works. I pasted it, selected enter, and it doesn't look like it posted. So let's go back. Oh, I know what it is. See all the little dots between the I and the videos? Watch this. There's an answer to that, and I copied this whole link. Keep an eye out for that. Get the short link. Over here to the right of where the link is, click on short link. Your short link pops up. It says, do you want to copy? I'm going to say okay. Let's go back to this one, and I'm going to paste. Nope, it didn't copy it. I'm going to go back and get the short link. This time I'm going to copy. There we go. Go back to this, and I'm going to paste that link. I'm going to select enter, and this is what we just put out. Feast your eyes on the top 10 YouTube videos of 2015, and it says read the rest of the story. Click on it, and it takes the reader right to the story. You have made it so simple to share your information, and if you remember, all it is, if I go here and I paste that link, now all it is it's a link. So now you can share a link with people to get to your stories or to get them over to your stories. So that's what we did in this area. Okay, so let's take this a step further. Now what we've done, we have our story. It's been published, and what I want to show you, I still have the link. Remember, I got the short link. I copied it. Now, let's go to Facebook. Let me grab Facebook if I can and drag that in. So I drag in Facebook, and oh, this is my personal Facebook. Okay, and right in the middle, Constant Contact is talking about an upcoming presentation that I'm doing. So that's kind of cool. So anyway, I'm going to go to the top. Remember, I copied that link that goes to my story. So what I'm going to do is let's paste the link. I'm just going to paste the link into Facebook and watch what happens. What Facebook does is Facebook goes out and it grabs the first 5 lines, the title and the next 3 or 2.5 lines, and brings it into your Facebook. Now you don't have to do copy and pasting. All you have to do is paste the link, and Facebook does the rest. You can do the same thing in Twitter. You can do the same thing on your website if you want to have links to things. So we can take this, whoops, uh-oh, I think my Facebook had sat there for so long that it needed to restart. Yep, that's what it is. So it has feast your eyes on the top 10 YouTube videos and of 2015. I can go to this link at the top because it and delete it, and the story is still there. Check out what was just released. So I put my comment in there. If you notice down at the bottom, it says MikeBitter.com. So it goes back to MikeBitter.com. Let's post this. Boom. That's what it took to use the content on my blog on my Facebook page as a post. We're still there. Now what's going to happen is every time somebody reads this and they go, I want to find out what it is, they click on it. They go to my blog and they read the rest of the story. They click on that, and there they are. They get to the YouTube videos. Now or they get to the story. Now people, when they click on your blog, Google sees that, it shows your value, and you move up on the Google rankings. So that is, let me see, let me make sure I covered all of the slides. Let's go down through here, and we talked about how to set up a post. We talked about where the link popped up at. There's the YouTube's top 10 videos, and this is what it looked like after it was saved, YouTube's top 10 videos. Okay, when do you blog? What we found is that a lot of it is personal taste, but the biggest thing is to get a rhythm. Get a rhythm of when to blog. If you can only blog once a week, that's fine. If you can blog twice a week, 3 times a week, what I would suggest is blogging at least twice a week, maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays. And the thing is that when you blog, you can also schedule your posts. And let me drag this back real quick. And let's go. I'm going to open up another post. I want to show you where to schedule, because you can schedule your posts. I'm going to grab this one. You can schedule your posts. You can post all of them and then schedule them to go out at certain times. Okay, this is in draft mode. I made this earlier. Over on the right-hand side, this is the publish block. This is where you'll save your draft if you want to see a preview of it. But down in the publish, where it says publish immediately, you can select edit and tell WordPress what day and what time you want, or what month, what day, and what time you want it posted. And then after you put that in there, let's say I want this posted, let's say January 9th at 10:44. Actually, I want to post it this month before it is too old. Let's do it on the 19th. Now, when we schedule it, select OK. Now you have to select schedule also. And what will happen is then it will be scheduled for you and it'll go out automatically. And you'll also notice where it says visibility on the right-hand side. It is set to public. If you click on edit, you can stick the post to the front page. You can password protect it if you want, and then it'll ask you to put in a password, or you can make it private, which means the only people that can get to it are the people that have the link. So this is where you would protect information that maybe you only wanted a certain number of people to have access to, but you still wanted to have it available on the World Wide Web. That's the beauty of using a blog. So I wanted to show you that, and posting 2 or 3 times a week, you can make both of your posts on a Sunday night if you want, or you make your posts during a slow time at the job. Okay, cost, how much does it cost? Just your time. Blogging, I showed you it's free. WordPress is free. WordPress is free. You just need to get the articles, get the information, start sharing on your blog. You have a hard drive full of information that you could share. Start using it. Get a rhythm and follow it. I said post 2 times a week, 3 times a week, 15 minutes or less, unless you're writing an article, 15 minutes or less. Get started. Go to WordPress.com, post a welcome note, gather content, either from your PC, from email, from the company, from sister sites. Those are all ways to get started, get comfortable with blogging, and I would say when you start, at least post once a week. And you can always post ahead of time and have it scheduled. Oh, constant contact. I threw this in. We're going to talk about email here in just a minute. We're going to go kind of fast through that. But if you decide to take constant contact, some of the people had asked for the free trial. If you decide to sign up and pay for constant contact, by the end of December, and I didn't put that on there, I apologize for that. Well, yeah, till the end of December, you can get 30% off for 3 months. The promo code is SP Suite 16. When you're checking out, you will get that. You get a free website template match, coaching from Constant Contact, but one thing to keep in mind, the only way that you can get that is if you go to asmemailmarketing.com. I work with Constant Contact. That will take you to a Constant Contact website when you go to asmemailmarketing.com. But what it does is it connects you with me and allows me to give you that offer. But let me know when you sign up. Shoot me an email, and so I can make sure that you get those things. And there may even be some consulting time with me in there because I really believe in constant contact. When I started this presentation way before, when it was still a thought, I thought, wow, do I use the words explode your business, especially with what's going on in the world and everything. And I appreciate everybody that's been here today. You understood where I was coming from. What we want to do is get in front of people, give them a call to action to get back in touch with us so we can convert those prospects, convert the leads into prospects, the prospects into clients. That's what we really want to do. And so that's what I'm trying to show you how to do here. And that will just cause your business to explode. This is all this slide talks about is with social media marketing, it is relationship based. It's building a relationship with people. What I'm showing you now is a little known, it's an engagement marketing model that Gail Goodman, the CEO of Constant Contact, came up with. And the way this works is this is where someone enters your business. Either they're coming in through the door, they're coming in through the website, they're calling on the phone. For whatever reason, this is how they get to you. And this, the wow experience, will help them decide whether they're going to come back through that door or not. So keep that in mind. It doesn't matter how many people come to you in social media. If you don't provide that wow experience, they may not come back. People coming back are your revenue stream. It costs 6 to 7 times more to get a new person through your door than it does to keep one that you already have. But now that you've provided the wow experience, entice them to stay in touch. One of the ways is, boom, email marketing. Give us your email address so we can keep in touch with you. And in the back of your mind going, yeah, when we make special offers, we want you to know about it. When we're having sales, we want you to know about it. But then what you want to do is you want to engage with people. You already have their email address if they're on your Facebook page. If they make comments to you on your blog site, answer them, engage with them. Because what will happen is now you have this going on the inside, you engage with them, they're going to want to come back because you've engaged with them. You've talked to them, which is really wild. People feel a lot closer to you when they're talking with you. So when you're engaging with people, the other thing that's going to happen is you're going to get this little shoot off on the left-hand side. There's going to be social visibility. On Facebook, people are going to see comments that you made to that company or that the company made to you. What are people saying about them? Got social word of mouth, which turns into ratings. What are people saying? And what happens in this social visibility based on what's happened on this side of the equation is going to drive new prospects in your door. And that's what we want to do. We want to drive those new prospects in the door. It's up to you to keep the prospects that you already have, but we want to drive new ones in the door. It's what we want to do with marketing. Email marketing, professional email communications to an audience that's interested in you. So it's not a bot list. It is people that you've built a relationship with. That I would rather have 100 people who do business with me on my email list rather than 1,000 people of maybes. I like building that relationship. That's what my business is built on, and by providing valuable information. Email marketing, biggest thing, set expectations, deliver on what you say you're going to do. Don't bust through the canned spam act. Make sure that you don't do things that are illegal. Have an idea of what that is. If you go to some of my email marketing presentations, I'll let you know what they are. And what I'll also let you know today is that whoever registered for this event, they will get a copy of this presentation. Always get permission. You don't want to get a spam complaint, and using professional services really helps. Biggest thing I wanted to show here is that with an email service provider, you can make it look pretty as opposed to regular email. And also, the person at the top put everybody's email in there. As a business person, I'm saying, thank you. Now you just gave me your whole customer list. And there's no way to brand it. But when you use an email service provider, you can brand things. This is Coyote Hill. You know that when you opened it right up. When you look at this, it's like, who's this from? Okay, it's something about the Amateur Australian Open. This has pieces of information. It has where you can get to their social sites, Facebook, Twitter. It's just more colorful. It's prettier. You can keep track of who opens your emails and what are they interested in. Takes an average of 7 touches for a sale to occur. Blogging, Facebook, maybe a couple of emails. And we've already talked about this. It's 6 to 7 times more expensive to gain a customer than to retain one. I want to show you, I'm going to jump into Constant Contact real quick because we're down to our last few minutes. So I want to jump in here and show you how to tie. I think you see the overall theory of how we want social media to work together, but I'm going to specifically show you one way to tie in blogging with email marketing. This is an email marketing 101 kind of thing. So the first thing I did is I went into Constant Contact. I went to my home page, selected Create. I'm going to send an email, and I am just going to grab an email. Let's grab this one over on the right. These are templates that are already created for you that you can go in and grab any template that you would like. And I think I am going to grab the Newsletter Professional. I like that one. It's going to open up. And what you can do is you can copy and paste into any of these areas. Like this area that I'm in now is different than the area below. And I can go in and I can type my letter or my article right in here. I can cut and paste if I'd like to. But a lot of times what people aren't sure of is what kind of information what do I put? What do I send out to people? If you find a blog, or even if you're using your own blog, Constant Contact has this really cool tool. It's over on the left-hand side. Excuse me. Over on the left-hand side, in this block, down at the bottom, it says Blog Content. And the really cool thing, I'm going to click on this, and then what Constant Contact does is says, give me the URL to the blog that you want us to go and bring in stories. So Constant Contact goes and brings in blog articles for you. We were on Bronco Burgers, if you remember, so let's do a retrieve for broncoburgersblog.com. Click on retrieve. It's out there looking. It's thinking. It just brought up, what, the last 10 articles, 6 articles, 7, that was on the Bronco Burgers blog. And you can do this with any blog. So I can go down and look at which one of these stories that we put on the blog do we want to put in our newsletter. Let's say, oh, here's a direct line to this year's holiday events in Omaha. I want that one there. Holiday shopping, let's put that one there. And Romance of Omaha. So those are 3 stories. It tells the dates when they were when we published them on the blog, and over on the right is a summary of what's in it. So we chose 3 articles. Let's select insert and look at that. It brought all 3 articles over. Romance of Omaha, here's a direct line to this year's holiday events. So if I can leave it like that, I'll select save. And there's my newsletter could be done if these are the stories that you want, because you got to go out, you went out and you chose them. If you want to change the font, just select the area that you want to change the font in. There's Arial. Instead of a 10 pitch font, let's make it 12. Let's make this one 12 instead of 10. And this one 12. Then we save that, and there you go. There's the Romance of Omaha, establishing Omaha's school system in the territories. Here's a detailed line to this year's holiday events and holiday shopping this week. Remember, Broncos is open for breakfast. I put a line in between them because I thought it looked better, and I'm going to save that. and let's preview it. This is what it should look like when it goes out. And if I click on this, it takes me right back to the Romance of Omaha. If I click on right down at the bottom end, I click on that, it takes me to the Romance of Omaha. So that's how you tie your blogging in with your email marketing, and vice versa. If you put out a blog, you can put the link back to your email so people can get your email also. Okay, best practices. I think we're run out of time. I'll tell you what, I'll go through some of these real quick. If you need to go ahead and get off the line, go ahead. I totally understand, but I'm going to go through some best practices, kind of an email 101. Biggest thing, build customer relationships to build a quality email list, and build your list where you connect. That's one thing with email marketing, is you want to keep your email addresses coming in. You want to keep putting new ones on your email, into your email database, because what's going to happen is people are going to start falling off of your email list because maybe they don't want your product anymore, it doesn't suit them, they've moved on to something else. So 57% of people said that if they were asked to fill out a card to receive email alerts, that they would do that. That's 57. I talked to one business here in town. They opened up, and within 2 weeks they had 600 email addresses and didn't know what to do with them. If you're at an event or an evening, get a business card. Put that email into your email account, into your email database. You'll be surprised at how fast that grows. You can ask for people's email addresses with your email signature, or you can take theirs from their email signature. Guestbook, Constant Contact has a tool that will allow you to put a join our mailing list on your website, on your blog. They even have an app for Facebook, and when people give you their email address, it just automatically goes into your email database. Integrate email and social media. We kind of talked about that. On the Facebook side, join my list. There's an application that people can sign up for your list in Facebook, and their email address goes directly to your database. Let people know you have a Facebook page. There's an old one, MySpace, Twitter. Let people know what social sites you are on so they can follow you on those social sites. Make sure you get permission. If somebody signs up to join, and if it says join my mailing list and they sign up, that is an explicit opt-in. They have explicitly given you that permission. There's a single opt-in and a double. I wouldn't worry too much about it, but a single opt-in is what they have done. They signed up for join my mailing list. That's explicit, but a double opt-in would be where you would send them another email that says, we just want to make sure that this is the correct email address, yes or no. That's a double opt-in. Implicit is where people don't tell you, they don't ask you to join their mailing list, but because you have requested certain pieces of information or you've registered for something, that is an implicit permission for them to use your email address to send emails to you. Always make sure to ask for permission. When somebody gives you a business card, ask for permission if you want, but that falls under the implicit rule. You have their business card, you're going to be contacting them. Set your objective when you're doing your email marketing. Do you want to promote? Do you want to inform? Or do you want to relate to people? I see some emails when I'm reading through them that people I'm really not sure the intent of the newsletter. I feel they're trying to tell me something, but they're trying to sell me something. So what I tell people and what we do when we build our newsletters, figure out what's your purpose in that newsletter and then stick to your guns on that. Content, it has to have value to your audience. Here are some different types of emails, and we've talked about content throughout this whole presentation today. These are some ways you can come up with valuable content. Share your expertise. Let people know that you're the expert. Offer discounts. Acknowledge your audience. Hold contests and giveaways. These are just ways to come up with email content or some email content. Decide what kind of a format. Is it a newsletter? Is it a promotion? Maybe you want to send invitations to an upcoming event or a survey. Maybe you want to announce something. Here's some frequencies you may want to consider using for those and the types of content you may want to use. Always, always have a call to action. What do you want your audience to do? Call us, send us an email, fill out our survey, register for our free drawing. People, when they read through things, or it takes about 2 seconds for people to decide whether they're going to open up your email. The first second is who's it from, and the second they look at what's the subject line, because they are listening to WIIFM. What's in it for me? And that's what we want to do, is as soon as they read it or when they get done, have a call to action so they know what you want them to do. Frequency and delivery time. I'm kind of reading through this. How often to send? We start it once a month, and then we take a look and see what kind of a readership we have. If you have something like a professional sports team, professional football team, you're going to be wanting to email like once a week, and there's a trick to doing that so you don't lose subscribers either. But we found that with sporting events and like for a particular team, like if we were connecting with the fans of the Green Bay Packers, we would be sending them email and connecting with them based on their schedule. When to send? Actually, this says Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We found Tuesdays and Thursdays work. John Tesh did a study and found that Tuesdays are the best day because people go in on Mondays, clean out their email box, and Tuesday the internet as a whole slows down. Okay, to get your emails open, in the from line, people are going to find out. They're going to look and say, do I even know you? I got on to a client that I have that in his return email is info at the name of his business, and I told him I don't even open those most of the time because I don't know what info is. So I said, have John at AT, like mine is Mike at Affordable Social Media. So people know it's from me and they know the company, as opposed to info. I don't know where it's coming from. So people are going to look at that, and then they're going to look at the subject line. Here's a couple of things that are different. 30 to 40 characters, usually about 5 to 8 words. Email messages down in the bottom left that mention Facebook in the subject line have a 32% higher open rate. Wow. That's just point of fact. I'm not suggesting that that's what you do. The middle one, 30% of consumers say the subject line most often determines whether they open an email or delete it. Just keep that in mind as you're building your emails. Avoid spam speak. These are some spam words that you want to avoid. And track your results. The last thing, always know how many you've sent out. And if you don't have an email marketing system, and like Constant Contact is $20 a month, and right now you get it for 30% off, so you'd get it at what, $14 a month for 3 months to try it out. It has tracking. Not only will it tell you how many emails were sent, it'll tell you who opened those emails. And remember the links that we had in the email that went to the stories for Bronco Burgers? Constant Contact keeps track of every time somebody clicks on those links, and Constant Contact will give you that information. And then you analyze your open rates, and that will help you determine your audience interests. And did you achieve your goal? Okay, I know I kind of went a little bit quick through those last few slides. It's getting late, and I usually try not to go more than an hour. This is a free resource with Constant Contact. Down at the bottom, socialquickstarter.com, and you get Social Media 101, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. I teach a lot of these. Just kind of listen for my presentations or go out to asmomaha.com and you'll find my calendar out there. Again, this is December. I have a teleconference on December 17th and then another webinar on December 18th, and then you can expect us to come back in January 2016 just rocking the social media world, because that's what we're going to do. Okay, I don't see any questions. I'll kind of keep an eye up here in case somebody has a question. But I appreciate everybody being here. It was great having you. If you think of something later on, feel free, send me an email, send me a text, send me a tweet, send me a post on Facebook. So thank you, Maggie. I appreciate it. Maggie said, wow, Mike, you teach me so much. I really appreciate your webinars. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. And thank you for staying to the end. We've got more coming. We have all kinds of content. I write for Constant Contact. So the last Wednesday of the month, I post an article out there, and I'm out and about. Like I said, if you're looking for a speaker for an event, give me a call, get in touch with me. I'd love to come and speak to your group. Okay, this is Mike Bitter, and I am going to go ahead and say adieu for now. Go forth and be prosperous, and hopefully I gave you enough information to get you going with blogging and email marketing. Take care.